Hey guys, we're back with Everlasting Summer. We're here with Xenia. We're trying to talk to girls. We're not good at that. So, we suck at it. You see, it's a joke. Well, I mean, that kind of is what it's happening. A little the helpless sign heavily sank to the chair near the door. Outside the window, the many voiced birds were singing their songs. The volume's all the way up. I don't hear them. Wait, hold on. Let me make... I don't hear any birds. Summer water was splashing, and from far away there's a perky sound of children laughing. But all that was there, behind the walls of the library, inside of this, only there are two of wards! Inside of here are only the two of us, me and Xenia. Would it be more precise, a girl who looks like Xenia? There's no fear, but rather wonder. Let's assume that I'm not me. Who are you then? For a second I even felt assaulted that she doesn't know who I am. Why me, oh? That one? Oh yes, that guy. So, did they know Xenia before? The pioneers of many worlds have told legends about me, but this specific Xenia and this specific world seem to not care, the policy about who I am and what I am doing here. And our conversation that seemed to have started to interest her has turned into useless chatter. Who do I look like? Xenia swept her eyes over me. A pioneer with no eyes? Yeah, sure, a pioneer. That's logical. Nice joke. I grinned ingeniously. I wasn't joking. It's just that I look like myself and you don't. I don't look like myself? You don't look like yourself, God. Oh, what? The final assault had begun. In what sense? Wait. So did I call her God, or was I using God as, in the sense that you're not Xenia? No, I mean you're not the local librarian. Who am I then? She moved her eyes to the side as if looking for something on the bookshelves. I don't know. That's why I'm asking. If this is another joke... Joke? Well, everyone knows already. She got embarrassed and blushed. No, I don't. With a thumbtack on my chair, I left to get a book, and while I was looking for it, Alyssa... Sydney stared at the floor, tears falling in her eyes. No, I haven't heard anything like this. Though, if you think about it, something like this was happening the previous time. Alyssa decided to play a prank. It's just that I paid absolutely no attention to it then. Xenia reacted differently, too, I think. Alyssa... Get off me! The pioneer girl... Oh. Mumbled while buttoning her shirt, her tongue barely moving. The cybernetic sub was bathed in the bright moonlight. On the table was like an empty bottle, tiny like a vodka spilled around it. My cheek was burning and my head was spinning so hard I couldn't even understand why exactly. Probably because of the alcohol alone. If you thought that I'm like that, then you can... Oh, is that using... Oh, is that... Am I allowed to use it in that sense? I'm not going to read that 200, 300 word policy. The girl's fingers weren't listening to her. The button was jumping back and forth and refused to go back to its prescribed place. Yeah? I lost my temper, grabbed the pioneer by her hands, pressed her against the table, and tore her shirt open with my teeth. Oh, is it going to be... Like what then? Like what you are then? I'm asking you. That's not a rhetorical question. Answer me. I don't want to change anything. It's all suited for me. I was living my accustomed life in my accustomed world, doing what I wanted. Why would I need this novelty? You want this, I know. To go swell vodka with a stranger 5 minutes after you meet him. Not like that, are you? Two with you. Haha. Make everything how it was. I was losing control over myself, this situation, the world itself. Let go, it hurts, the girl was crying. I was holding her firmly, and in a minute she went limp and closed her eyes, with only occasional hotness and salty tears falling from them. Now, see, that's much better. I was definitely feeling her up everywhere, breathing rapidly and loudly at that. Because you're mine, because you're all mine here, this whole world is mine. No, I'm kinda creepy. But the girl wasn't resisting. And I suddenly lost interest, even felt disgust. And I don't need you. There's better ones here. Let go of her and slid down to the floor, exhausted. Pioneer didn't move, only continued to sob quietly. Can I buy any girl here? Any, you hear me? And then I'll take the meat cleaver, and you think that didn't happen before? I was shouting. You think you can tell me what to do? This is my world, you hear me? Mine! You all don't even exist, I'm talking to myself. Stop whining. Lost the last bits of control over myself, jumped up and leaned all my weight onto the girl. She seemed to be close to fainting already. I bent forward and whispered into her ear. You know what I've been doing with you? So many times. Want to listen? Oh no, listen now, and I'll tell you. Suddenly I panicked. It was an infinitely long time since the very beginning, but every second of it I've been living. was aware of myself as a person, was controlling the situation in this world, and moving forward. For the last time, I got a feeling that I'm disappearing, that in a moment's time, I'll be gone. How can that be? It's me, don't you see? Don't you remember? Here, weakling. The girl's whisper reached me as if from another world. A pathetic weakling, a nobody. I'd feel pity, but you can't pity an empty place. Hey, Alyssa, I jumped back from her in terror. The pioneer's face frozen a grimace of disgust. The tears disappointing as if they've never been there. Disappearing, not disappointing. She got up from the table, took a couple of steps towards me, and stopped. Why are you telling me this? Zenny asked lazily, turned the page over. Ripples are running across the water. Above us were swaying the leaves of a birch, the bright beams of the towering midday sun shining through them. The birds were singing loudly in the grove, the small bugs hiding in the tall grass that were briskly jumping on my legs. Well, why are you reading that book? Don't tell me that's the first time. I like to. See, you like to narrate, and I like to read. On the other shore, on the beach, pioneers were frolicking. Olga was running after Olyan in the middle of the river. I distinguished Slavia's golden-colored head. Could she be swimming here? Okay, so this happened during his first time at the camp. So what? What happened next? I thought you weren't interested. Here are you, though. Zenny smiled. She spat in my face and walked outside, shutting the door loudly after herself, and I was left standing here. What is this? The end? At some point I was waiting for it, maybe even with impatience, but it was long ago that already, I don't even remember. And what now? These soulless dolls, destroy my world that I've been building my whole life? Just like that, in one day's time? I ran my hand over my cheek and saw my fingers covered with something wet. The night had long descended upon the camp, hiding the local pioneers under its cover, hiding the malice of wilderness. And I was sitting in the cybernetics with my arms folded around my knees, slowly rocking from side to side. Maybe that pioneer girl will come back now. After all, she could humiliate me much more strongly, or even do something worse. But time was passing by, and it was only the singing of the night birds and chirping of the crickets getting quieter. Dawn is near too. The camp will wake up and soon start living its life, and will suddenly become so unfamiliar with me. Oh, whatever. I got to my feet with some difficulty and looked at the empty bottle of vodka lying on the table. It'd be nice to pass out now and wake up tomorrow as if nothing happened, forget about today, appear in a world I'm used to, where pioneers' behavior is familiar and predictable. It all started with that little girl. She'd never cried before. Maybe she didn't and just never paid attention. Even if that's true, so what? What, become a weakling, feel sorry for... Oh, that for her, go down to their level even? No, I have to pull myself together! Left the cybernetics, slamming the door loudly, and breathed in the fresh night air. Strange, she doesn't feel as artificial as usual. So where should I go? I guess catching up to the pioneer girl and getting revenge for the spit in my face would be totally worth it. I'll never forgiven such an insult before, and I won't forgive it now. There wasn't a single living soul in this square aside from the pioneer sitting on a bench. I paid no attention to him at first. Who knows how many retards dwell here, but he called out to me. Hey, Semyon! Oh. Huh? What are you calling Semyon? I hissed under my breath, but the pioneer wasn't calming down. I must be looking for someone, but she didn't go that way. I was in place, but I immediately turned around and quickly walked up to him. So you saw her? Of course I did. This casting smile appeared on his face, a grinny, but a savage one, expressing only one's superiority over their opponent. Spell it out then, we're not playing a guessing game here. Wait, what are you in such a rush for? Sit down, let's talk calmly for a start. I have nothing to talk to you about. Pioneer thought for a moment, then rummaged in the pocket that was short, took out a pocket Cosmos and held it up for me. Want some? Where did you get this? I don't remember regular pioneers having cigarettes. Do I not realize? Although so much has happened in the last 24 hours that had never happened before, he slowly drew out a cigarette and gave the pack back to the strange pioneer. He turned blue around in his hands for a while and then tossed back to me. Hey, I'd take it, I quit. And that filthy smile again! I didn't catch that info at all. So tell me where she went. What do you need that poor girl? She's insignificantly small in the scale of the universe. Maybe doesn't even exist in this one. He thought for a moment, then continued. Same goes for you. Are you sure you exist? And even so, that your existence here and now is the real one? Maybe you really existed before and now you don't. Or you'll exist in the future at the moment you're just a doll standing before me. The word doll followed quite painfully in my head as if a .45 caliber Colt blew my brains out, splattering the contents of the brain pan over the area. Yeah, it's Slavia's turn to clean tomorrow. I involuntarily sprang inside. Who are you? Insolent girl that spanned my face with lungs flown out of my head together with my brain. Who are you? I'm asking you. I grabbed him by the neckerchief and jerked him towards me with such strength that the red groaned and almost tore. But the pioneer only smiled. Can you not tell by his eyes? Calm down, don't worry that much. It's impossible to die here. You should know. You've done that hundreds of times. I jumped back from into this phrase. I've certainly heard it before. No, not even that. I've been saying it myself a long time ago. In one of my previous lives. Because you are Semyon. And I'm Semyon. Because you're me! Oh, the bench of the pioneer abruptly zoomed 100 meters away from me, as if I was falling from a roller coaster. Only his disgusting grin remained before my eyes. Then the world around was covered in darkness. Well, and then I disappeared. Just like that? Sandy kept her eyes fixed on the book, but the story seemed to start to interest her. Why not? The timely departure is a great skill, you know, and I'm a master of everything. Yeah, you're a master of everything. She put the book down and hugged me. Slavia, who was clearly swimming in our direction, seemed to notice it and turned around towards the beach. Wait, I don't even get to the main part. Not here, after all. Shyly turned away from her. Xenia clearly didn't like that and moved away from me. I'm tired of these stories of yours. They're always all one and the same. Let me tell you mine for a change. And what about, I wonder? Look at how I got here, for example. I've heard it hundreds of times. And I've heard yours 200. There's Xenia, so we'll start with our meeting in the checklist. Because I've always have, and will have my first daily session after she had already spent a week in the camp. Do you know that feeling when the time stops, or when you can't die, even if you really want to? Well, yeah, like here, in this camp. Well, it's always easier for me here. People behave more honestly, properly, no one really bullies anyone. There's none of that. At the very least, that malice that was everywhere then, before, do you remember? I didn't answer. I can just read books, talk to people, someone needs me, someone considers me a friend, I have responsibilities. It seemed like Xenia was ready to burst into tears. Oh, alright, why am I kidding? Anyways, this one time I just woke up because of excessive shaking of the 410 bus. Have you ever taken that bus? Never been on it in my life. Well, I never did. We don't even have bus starts with 3 ditches in our town. I didn't really understand what had happened, and the girl sitting next to me said, "Hi, my name's Slavia." Slavia? What's Slavia? Slavia who? Of course I was confused, but tried not to show it. And when we arrived at the camp, things started to get stirred up. And then it happened again, and then again. Xenia said, "I've seen you many times. You with Slavia, Lissa, Lena." Right, so Xenia's in the loop too? She quietly gritted her teeth. But that wasn't me. We've been over that hundreds of times already. Now you're starting again. You, not you. You're like peas in a pod. I was in your camps too, right? But she was not like the real me. Exactly. Distinguishing the original from the fake is not as hard as you think. Yes, because the fakes get renewed every time and the originals stay. It's not like that at all. As if you know everything. What does it matter? I haven't done yet. Tired and closed my eyes. Alright guys, can we call it there? Because I'm tired. It's 11 a.m. way past my bedtime. 11 a.m. Pretty late at night if you ask me. So see you guys next time. You know, it's weird. I don't like how it's not in chronological order. You know, chronological order, best order. So see you guys next time. And bye.